There is a planet in our solar system that no human has ever seen. Not around a distant star, but orbiting our own sun right now, in the dark past Neptune. We can't photograph it. We can't even point a telescope at it. And yet, the math says it is almost certainly there. So here's the question this whole video is built on. How can we, in 2026, photograph black holes in other galaxies and still not find a planet 5 times the size of Earth circling our own sun? The answer isn't weak telescopes. It's far stranger. And it means we may be alive in the exact years it finally gets found. Start with the clue that cracked it open. Because something out past Neptune is dragging a swarm of frozen worlds into a pattern they could never form on their own. Far beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, a vast ring of icy bodies left over from the birth of the solar system. Most drift in calm, predictable paths, but a handful of the most distant ones do something they have no right to do. Their long, stretched orbits are all tilted and pointed the same direction, like a dozen clock hands frozen at the same hour. By pure chance, they should be scattered every which way. Instead, they line up. In 2016, 2 Caltech astronomers, Konstantin Batygin and Mike Brown, calculated the odds of that alignment happening randomly. The answer came back, about 0.007%. That's not a coincidence. That's a fingerprint. And a fingerprint means something out there is touching them. But what could reach across billions of kilometers and herd a dozen frozen worlds into formation? Keep that in mind, because the suspect is enormous. The leading answer is a hidden planet, and not a small one, a giant. The first estimates put it at 5 to 10 times the mass of Earth, a super-Earth, bigger than our world, smaller than Neptune. Newer simulations have pulled that number down toward 4 to 6 Earth masses, but the verdict holds. Whatever is sculpting those orbits is planet-sized and massive. Here's the part that should stop you cold. A planet that enormous in our own solar system, and not one human has ever laid eyes on it. Not through a telescope, not in a photograph, not as a dot of light on the darkest night of your life. It is out there, and it is completely invisible to us. The reason why cuts into something almost nobody stops to think about. Hold that thought, because it's the beating heart of this mystery. So why can't we see a world 5 times the size of Earth? The reason is distance, and the numbers don't even feel real. This planet is thought to circle the Sun at around 550 times the distance between the Earth and the Sun. Sit with that. Neptune, the farthest known planet, is already so far that sunlight takes 4 hours to crawl out to it. This world would be more than 10 times farther still. Out there, the Sun isn't a warm disk in the sky. It's just one more bright star among thousands, and almost no light ever reaches the planet to bounce back to us. A nearly black world against a nearly black sky, creeping so slowly it barely moves in a human lifetime. We have been hunting it. We just haven't been able to pull a few faint specks out of an ocean of darkness. And that distance does something to time itself. Something that reframes how long this hunt has truly been running. Stay with me, because the next number is the one that breaks people. How long does this hidden planet take to circle the Sun even once? Earth takes a single year. Neptune takes 165. This world is estimated to take between 10,000 and 20,000 years for one orbit. Sit with what that means. The last time it was in the position it occupies tonight, human beings were painting on cave walls, and the last ice age was loosening its grip. It has not finished a single lap around the Sun since the dawn of human civilization. We are trying to catch one slow, dark speck that takes longer to circle our own star than all of recorded history combined. And still, astronomers think they are closing in. That's what turns this from a dusty old mystery into something happening right now. But underneath all of it sits a deeper question. Where does a planet like that even come from? The answer ties it to a chapter of pure violence. Here's where it connects to the birth of everything. One leading idea is that this hidden world never formed in the frozen place it now haunts. Instead, it may be the leftover core of a giant planet that formed close to the Sun, right alongside Jupiter and Saturn, in the chaos of the young solar system, and was then flung violently outward by Jupiter's crushing gravity, exiled to the freezing dark and never allowed back. The same brutal forces that arranged the planets we know may have kicked one of them into permanent night. There are other versions, that our Sun stole it from a passing star, or caught a rogue planet drifting alone through the galaxy. But every version whispers the same unsettling truth. The calm, orderly solar system you were taught in school was forged in violence, and it may still be hiding the evidence. Which leads to the most honest part of this whole story. This is where I have to be straight with you, because this channel doesn't sell certainty it hasn't earned. Baksham, Planet 9 has not been found. It might not exist at all. Respected astronomers argue the clustering could have other causes, a ring of distant debris, or a quirk in how we happen to spot these objects in the first place. There are stranger ideas still. A few physicists proposed, half seriously, that the missing mass could be a primordial black hole the size of a grapefruit. And in 2025, a separate team found hints of a different, smaller world. They're calling it Planet Y, tilting the far solar system in its own subtle way. So the honest picture isn't one confident planet. It's a region of space behaving as if something massive is hiding in it, and a scientific community still arguing about what. That uncertainty isn't the weak part of the story. It's the thrilling part, because it is about to be put to the test. And here is the turn that makes this the exact right moment to be alive for this question. For decades, hunting Planet 9 was like searching a dark stadium for a single candle, by hand. That just changed. A new telescope, the Vera C. Rubin Observatory on a mountaintop in Chile, has come online, carrying the largest digital camera ever built. It is designed to photograph the entire visible southern sky every few nights, again and again, for 10 straight years. If there is a slow, dark speck creeping through the outer night, this machine was built to catch it. The astronomers who have given their careers to this hunt say the same thing. Within the next few years, this question gets an answer. Either we find the 9th planet, and the map of our solar system is rewritten for the first time since 1846, or we rule it out, and an even deeper mystery takes its place. Which leads straight back to the question I asked you to hold from the very first second. And the real answer was never really about the planet. Here's the secret hiding under this entire video. The reason we can't find Planet 9 isn't that it's too far, or too dark, or too slow, though it is all three. The deeper reason is that we have barely looked at our own backyard. We have mapped galaxies billions of light years away and photographed black holes in other star systems. And yet, the outer edge of our own solar system, the place we actually live, is still mostly a blank page. We assumed we had counted all our planets. We assumed the map was finished. And the math is quietly insisting that it isn't. So the answer to the question, how can we be missing a planet in 2026, is this. Our solar system was never the 8 tidy planets in the diagram. It is a vast, dark, half-charted ocean, and we have only ever waded in the lit shallows near the shore. Somewhere out in that black water, the equations insist something massive is still circling, patient, silent, and so far, unseen. Which leaves us with something humbling to sit with. For all of human history, we have looked up and believed we knew the shape of our own home, and it may turn out we were missing an entire world the whole time, one that was already there before we had language, and will still be there long after the last of us is gone. The only thing left to wonder is whether you happen to be alive in the exact handful of years we finally see it. And what else is still waiting out there in all the dark we never bothered to map? If this rewired the way you see the night sky, you already know what the like button is for.